Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TbT and Ace.
Well, if that didn't just cut off, like, very, very abruptly.
Here we are.
What's up? I am TbT. That guy over there, that's Ace. This is episode 158 of the Weekly Pour podcast. 70 flipping degrees. Today is Wednesday, November 5th.
Yep.
And it was 70 degrees. In 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in 4 days, it'll be 20.
Right. I heard the forecast for the weekend. It was going to be like full-blown winter here.
There's a possibility of flurries.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying. I'm just repeating it. I didn't say that. I didn't predict it. That's what I heard. And I don't like it.
I did get the pool closed. Done.
Excellent.
So that's done. Yeah. I need more firewood.
For the pool?
I have gotten 0 firewood this year, but
well, dude, you've had like 8 months.
Well, yeah, but I'm busy.
You could have had a baby in this amount of time.
I know. And I have firewood. I just don't have a lot.
Oh. Well, let's hope that you just don't use a lot.
No, I'm going to drag you out with me in December, and we'll get some.
Oh, no. We have a mutual friend that you can grab to take with you. Actually, we have a mutual friend who may have some at his old place that he would be willing to give you. We'll talk after the show.
Okay.
Because I might have a hookup for you. Welcome awesome to everybody that's in the chat. If you're watching on the YouTubes, jump in, say hi, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button so you guys know when we're getting ready to do a show. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the thumbs up. Hit the like, whatever it is. I don't know what it is on the Book of Face, but say something. Just say hi. Something like that. Although a lot of our regulars are in the chat, and of course, moderator Natalie's in there, and she's not doing anything but flirting with Viper, so she's pretty much going to lose her her ability here soon, because those two just go at it the entire show. I don't even think they listen anymore. They really don't. They have no idea what's going on with the show. It's, oh, you do this. I like tacos.
Do it on your own time.
Yeah, not our time. We do not pay her to just sit there and flirt, especially when it's not with us.
Well, exactly. What are we?
Right.
Not the Viper.
We're just not paying enough attention to the chat. But whatever. I'm going to try something new later. In about 45 minutes. We do have our pour of the week this week, so we're going to try something different. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but whatever. We'll see. Yeah, we tried it before we went on, and it worked. So I guess we'll see. I am surrounded by dogs.
Are you?
Yeah, I got one to the right, one to the left. You have one to the left because I can see the blanket where the Kiefer sits.
Yes.
Yeah, who else is in the chat? Mama TBT's in there. Of course, the Viper's in there. Nat McFook is in there. She wants to know, did you mow your yard one last time?
2 weeks ago.
If she's talking to me, no, I did not. You just did yours 2 weeks ago, so
I'm
no.
good.
Yeah, it's still green and it looks flush.
I have a dead lawnmower in my backyard from trying to mow.
Yeah, well, we talked about this, I think, last week, whether or not to mow or not. And it was going to just, it'd kill the grass because it gets too cold, unless it's a day like today when it's 70 degrees.
Yeah, and then it dies again because tomorrow will be 30.
Yeah, exactly. Well, tomorrow will be 60, and then it'll get down to 40, but then it'll be 40 and get down to 20. We can't win. Obviously, we don't have, I'm just going to keep going here. We don't have Wi-Fi issues fixed because I'm still in the dining room.
Did you ever get a hold of your Wi-Fi repairman?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, spoke to him today.
And he told you what?
He asked me some questions, and I said, yeah, no, I haven't done it. Because I hadn't done it.
So this is on you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't reach out to him. So long story short, he just recently had surgery. I'm not going to call him and say, hey, I need your help. I don't care if you can't do your stuff because you've had surgery. I'm not going to do that. Number one, his wife would kick my ass.
Right.
And number two, no, I'm just not that kind of a person. I can wait. I can move here.
Doesn't she have like raptors that do her bidding? Like birds of prey that she sends out?
I needed a cable, a specific cable for this whole Wi-Fi issue that I have going on. And I thought about texting her to see if she could send one over with a Raven.
Right. That would be great.
Yeah. Send me
or
an
a
eagle
falcon.
or a dragon.
And
I
you have
heard she
like
had dragons.
the glove. You got the glove, the falconer's glove.
My worry though is yes, she's, we'll say 7 miles away. But if I put my arm up, do I also have to do the caw in order to let it know that it's me that it's going after? And what if that bird, dragon, raptor does not speak cacaw-ish, and I end up with like a freaking blue jay landing on me, asking me what's up
with no cable?
With no cable, and then I've just wasted a cacaw. I'd have to go out and do like an eagle screech, and I'm not doing that.
If you're committed to the cacaw, why wouldn't you be committed to the eagle screech?
Because I had been practicing the cacaw. You get it mastered, everything else just goes by the wayside. I don't know. Mama TBT's in here if I didn't say anything. She was the first one in. It was great. She was in here at 4:30 this afternoon.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Actually, she just wanted to beat Viper. And she did. Mrs. TBT's in. Man, we got a lot of news this week.
That's good.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, I don't know if anybody actually ever reads the episode description. There's a lot of stuff in there. And then, as you know, right before we go on, more news pops up. One of which you were talking about right before we went on air, because you asked me if I had listened to it, and I had not.
Right.
And I guess Puddle of Mudd put out a new song.
They do. Yeah, they got a new one. It's called Monsters.
Is it
it's the second
autobiographical?
I think it might be. I think it might be, but it's the second single after Firefly, coming up from their 9th studio album, Kiss the Machine. And as I was listening to stuff today to send to you, this came up. I like it. I like it actually quite a bit. He has a lyric in here, very telling. I'll slow dance in the dark with my demons.
Say that one more time.
I will slow dance in the dark with my demons.
I kind of like
Wes
that.
Scantlin. Yeah, Wes Scantlin writing that. It kind of is the emotional core of the song. It's a little bit of a ballady type song, but it's really good. I like it quite a bit. The guy's talented. He just has to fight those demons all the time or dance in the dark with them.
I'm Googling some lyrics right now because there's another song that has a similar lyric that I don't know right off the top of my head.
Well, I don't either, but yeah, this was really good. They've got a music video with it that features Scantlin being lured by a creepy clown through a surreal tunnel of disembodied hands.
Oh, all right.
Which is an eerie visual metaphor for psychological entrapment and distorted reality. So he is really like bearing his soul here in this song.
Apparently. Is it worth
And
listening to?
oh, I think so. I think so. I think it's really good.
Nice.
I didn't send it to you. I had already sent you the other song we were going to talk about. I didn't want to like overload you with 2 songs.
Yeah, that'd been a lot.
But Monsters, Puddle of Mud, it's really good. Give it a listen.
Shannon just jumped into the chat, so hello to you too, Shannon.
Hey,
Anybody else
Shan.
that's in there that hasn't said anything, just say hi so we know you're there. You don't have to say anything now. We won't make fun of you. We've got plenty of vipers to make fun of. The upcoming Eddie Trunk. I believe he's on vacation right now, but probably when he comes back, if not in the next couple of days, there's an interview out there, I guess, with Warren DeMartini, of course, lead guitarist for Rat, who rarely does interviews. And I guess Eddie got him, and he has had nothing but like positive and amazing things to say about being back on the road with Rat and Stephen Pearcy, which after 40, 45 years, thank goodness.
Well, they're billing it as Piercy DeMartini or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right, because I don't know. I think they can use the Rat name, but it's just too much trouble. there's too much infighting. We've talked about that group.
Exactly.
So it's nice that at least these 2 guys can get along, go out and play some killer tunes. As DeMartini, Piercy, however they're billing it.
Yeah,
They did a summer tour. With a lot of bands. They were at a Kentucky event that I thought about going to.
Yeah.
Because that's who I would have wanted to see would be them, because Piercy tours all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's keeping that rap music alive. But DeMartini, gosh, we haven't seen him in a while, so it's cool to have him out. That's who I really would like to have seen.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good. I don't see the name that they're using, but like you said, it's like DeMartini, Piercy, whatever. Kind of like what Jimmy Page and Robert Plant did. They didn't go out as Led Zeppelin. They went out as Page and Plant. Plant Page.
Something like that.
Planting seeds. Can you imagine if his last name was Seeds? That'd be kind of funny.
Speaking of Robert Plant.
I love Robert Plant.
He has got a new album.
Yes, he does.
Saving Grace. Have you listened to it?
No, I have not. I will, because it's him.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Very bluesy. I think it's got a lot of blues covers on it anyway, but yeah, I've not got all the way through it yet, but there's a lot of atmospheric darkness to it and bluesiness that I like. It's got some good stuff on it.
When did it come out?
September 26th.
Nice. Okay, so it's had almost 2 months out.
Yeah. September 26th. Yeah, October, about a month.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got a lead-off single called Chevrolet, which I guess was a Donovan song under a different name.
Right.
I can't think of the name, but anyway, it's really good. Like I said, I've not got all the way through it. I can't go track by track, but I like you. I like Robert Plant. He's touring with this, and I think it's theaters. I think he could go bigger if he wanted to, but it's more, I guess, what they would call boutique touring.
Yeah.
And some of the seats closer to the front are running $4,000.
Holy moly.
$4,000, probably on the secondary market, I would say.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, cheaper seats in the back run about $100. Which in a small theater or something like when we go to Brown County like that, wouldn't be bad. There's not a bad seat in that place.
Right.
You sit up in the balcony, you pay $100, you get to see Robert Plant. And I think he plays 5 songs from this new record, and then he's playing some Led Zeppelin standards, which would be neat to hear today what he does with them, because I think I have, because they put out a live record, he and Jimmy Page,
right,
or something where they redid those Led Zeppelin tunes, mostly because Plant can't sing like that anymore.
No,
but also they're so creative. So doing them in a different way really was an outlet for that. So I think that's what you'll hear. I don't think you're going to hear him wail, you know, through some Led Zeppelin songs, but he's going to play them in a very, very cool way.
Yeah. The track listing for Saving Grace, 10 tracks. Most of the songs are somewhere around the 3.5, 4 minute range. The second track, As I Roved Out, 6-minute song.
It's good. Really good.
Now you're going to make me look up his tour, because if he's coming around here.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know how many dates, but you know, this is a guy that, I mean, it's Robert Plant. You know,
exactly.
And that's why he's going to command such a big price. I don't know that I would pay that, but it'd be worth seeing him. I guarantee it'd be worth seeing him.
Well, the good thing is we don't have to worry about it.
Right?
He is not coming anywhere near here. The tour is basically just a fall, autumn tour, whatever you want to call it. Kicked off actually tonight at Brooklyn Paramount in New York. He's hitting Massachusetts, another place in New York, Chicago for 2 nights at 2 different places. And that's the closest he gets here. At the end of November, he'll be heading overseas, heading to England, the UK, Scotland. And then back in March, he'll be at the Big Ears Festival in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's March of 2026. So
what was that?
That is what I call it, Big Ears Festival. Yeah. I do not know what that means.
Let's see. Yeah, this is his tour set list. One is he's playing Four Sticks, which is a Led Zeppelin tune. I'm gonna hit those because we all know those.
Right.
Down to the Sea from Fate of Nations. One of his, more recent ones, I would guess. Gallows Pole. He's playing Gallows Pole, which is a really great Led Zeppelin song. Let's see.
Which a lot of people would consider that one a deep track.
I would think so. Friends.
Okay.
These are Led Zeppelin 3, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, except for Four Sticks. That's 4. Led Zeppelin 4, am I right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so he's playing at least 3 to 4 Zeppelin tunes that I can pick off here. 14 songs, which anymore, that's about an average set list for a lot of older artists. Yeah, so you're getting 14 songs and getting a handful of Led Zeppelin tunes, and a handful from the new record. So listen to the new record before you go.
Yeah, definitely. So at least you know what's going on. And speaking of tours, it was announced just a couple days ago that AC/DC has decided to continue their current Power Up tour. The 2026 leg of that tour.
They're having so much fun.
Oh, you know they are. So much fun. They've added 21 dates across Brazil, Argentina. 21 dates. I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Those dates are going to be across Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Atlanta, South Bend, Toronto, San Francisco, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and more. That, if you think about some of these places, these dates are going to end up hitting some of the biggest stadiums across these areas. Because I know, like, the one that in South Bend, it's going to be at Notre Dame Stadium. And if anybody can remember back when they televised that, that big Garth Brooks concert that was done up there, I mean, it's just a sea of people.
Well, have I don't recall a lot of concerts in South Bend at Notre Dame Stadium, but now I know of 2 coming up. One being this AC/DC stop and then Luke Combs on his big country tour that he's doing, and you know that's going to be a big one because he's so popular. So I'm trying to figure out what they're doing up there. Are they just deciding now's the time to open up the concerts at that stadium?
There could be a possibility that they got a new group of people, promoters, that said, "Hey, why don't we bring these people in? Because it's going to bring people, it's going to bring money, for South Bend and the school itself and all that." I'm sure NBC will probably want to air it live because it's in Notre Dame, and they'll probably rank them, like number one. I just went on a tangent. These dates, if you look at all the dates that are U.S. bound between Vegas, San Fran, so on and so forth, football stadiums.
Right.
I would almost venture to say every single one of them will sell out.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when I saw them at Nissan Stadium, that's that's a football stadium, and that's what they're doing. And I mean, their shows are great. It'll be a good time. I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad they're adding dates because we don't know if this is it or not, but it probably is. And the more opportunity we have to see them, the better. Columbus is on there, right? Is Columbus on there? Ohio?
No.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry. That's July 15th, and that's at Ohio Stadium.
Right. So there's two opportunities for people like you and I to go see them. We can drive to South Bend or we can drive to Columbus, Ohio, or both if you can afford it. But either way, it's the same distance. It's about 4 hours from where we're at. And for someone to go see AC/DC and maybe, never again, oh, yeah, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, look for those. The next Power Up tour dates for 2026 start February 24th in Sao Paulo. They don't hit the United States until July 11th, so that's going to be some good summer shows. And that'll run through September 29th, unless they add others.
And they're doing their typical breaks in between shows.
Yep.
Some of them are bigger than others, but not more than 3 days, I don't think.
No.
Which we've talked about that before. The older you get, the more rest you need. And if Brian Johnson needs 3 days to sound amazing or get through a show, so be it. It's fine with me.
Speaking of touring, another tour that's going to be out next year for 2026 is Jon Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's upcoming 2026 tour. We get to see John and his bandmates perform several nights in some cities, including New York's Madison Square Garden, where they will play 6 sold-out shows at the iconic arena. There's a recent interview that was done, and they asked if Bon Jovi will be performing in the round on the upcoming trek. And what I found somewhat fascinating was that John said that he actually talked to Lars from Metallica.
Right.
Because the way Metallica does it, they do a weekend. Let's say they do Friday, Saturday in Indianapolis. Well, Friday night's going to be one show. Saturday night's going to be a completely different show because of all the material.
Right.
And he talked to Lars about it. And basically one of the things he said was, he's like, so if you're only doing Master of Puppets on one night and the song won on another night, isn't the audience going to get mad? And Lars is like, yeah, no, we have enough songs and it works.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious that was a concern, because that's a legit concern.
Yeah.
Because so many bands have such a static set list.
They end and begin with the exact same songs.
Right. And nothing in the middle changes a whole lot, so because they don't want to, they know where their bread's buttered. They know why people showed up.
Yeah.
But my goodness, Bon Jovi has been touring and been around over 40 years, right? Around 40 years at least. Yeah. At least more than that. I think they've earned the right to change it up a little bit if they want.
Yep.
And in consideration to John's vocal problems, I don't blame him if he wants to concentrate a little bit more on post New Jersey, post Keep the Faith, stuff because it's not as vocally challenging, later on.
Right.
If he did shows back to back with the same set list and he's trying to hearken the Kraken from 1987, I think he's going to rupture his throat again.
Yeah, I probably without even trying.
So yeah, if he wants to change it up and alter that set, because if he does it like Metallica, you've got the opportunity to go to both shows.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Jon actually has control of, and that's a set list.
Right.
Obviously they're his songs, but as the vocalist, you're not going to go out there and try singing stuff. I wouldn't think so. Try to sing the stuff that you can't do. I can't reach those high notes. I can't do Blaze of Glory, as a solo song or, whatever.
Right.
So,
well, and I think Phil X helps a lot with those vocals.
Oh, for sure.
I think he does. And when you got guys on stage with you, David Coverdale had done this his last tour. He had his two guitar players, one being your favorite there, Red Beach, I believe, and Joel Hostra, I believe. Yep. They're filling in the gaps a lot where he can't. And that fills out the sound and helps those high notes and makes it sound as good as it can.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I can't wait to see what he decides to play. If they get to a set song list, because that's just so easy. That's the easiest thing to do. But if they end up changing it up, I think that'd be awesome, especially because I don't know, this could be the last time we actually see them on tour.
I agree. Again, we've hit 3 in a row now. We've talked about where it could be the last time. We don't know because we don't know, and Jon doesn't either. What he's going to feel like, what he's going to sound like. He can guess. He knows more than we do, but he's going to learn a lot when he does 6 shows at Madison Square Garden. He's going to learn a lot. And if you don't think that Jon Bon Jovi or Bon Jovi has enough material to switch it up night after night, you don't know Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
They've got a lot. They've got a lot they can switch it up. And I'm talking hits even.
Yeah, they have so many that they would be able to play whatever they wanted and still have hits every night.
Right.
And they wouldn't have to be the same ones.
No, and I think that would be fun. I think also it would be fun to hear deep tracks that you don't get to hear it. And maybe if we go back in time and we hit Tokyo Road from 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit, that would be awesome. That would be so good.
I can only hope.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of not necessarily deep tracks, but another band from that era that has been around since 1943, Kiss recently had one of their tunes covered by Chris Jericho in his Kiss cover band that he calls Kuarantine. This is a band that is comprised of PJ Farley from Cheap Trick, and he plays for Fozzy as well. Joe McGinnis and drummer Kent Slucker. Charlie Pera del Riego on guitar is a YouTube sensation. But Kuarantine just released the official music video for its version of Unholy, a song that was on the 1992 Revenge album, but what was originally written by Gene Simmons and Vinnie Vincent. So a little bit of a gap there. If you think about the time that Vinnie Vincent was in the band, if it was wrote back then.
No.
Well, no. I know it wasn't. But had those two put those two together then, that song would not have made it to a record. It was too heavy for.
Are you talking about Creatures of the Night, or are you talking about? That's a pretty heavy record.
I don't think it would have been Revenge heavy. They would have changed something up. Hi, Kiefer. Watch your back. Kiefer's behind it.
I know. Kiefer's about to lose his mind over here. But I think Unholy would have been close. Creatures of the Night is their heaviest one before Well, and you're talking about Revenge being somewhat heavy. It is. There's some heavy songs on it. But Creatures was like way heavy compared to The Elder,
Oh,
compared to
sure.
Unmasked, compared to even Rock and Roll Over and things like that in the 70s. Like they broke new ground with that record. It's my favorite Kiss record. It's the best Kiss record, and no one bought it. Like nobody bought that record.
Yeah.
But back to this single. I listened to it. I sent it to you. I thought it was really good.
I did
I
too.
thought they were incredibly faithful to the song, and that worked in their favor.
Yeah, there were no changes to where you go, nah, they should have stuck to, this way or that way. Very good.
Yeah.
Unmistakably, Chris Jericho. It's Fozzy
Right.
in and out, but at the same time, yeah, they do a great job with that song.
I love that he does these Kiss covers. Um, Chris is very vocal about his love of 80s Kiss, which
Right.
doesn't always get a lot of love from people, deservedly so, undeservedly. I like 80s Kiss, but a lot of it that's because when I was in high school, that was the version of Kiss that we were getting.
No, exactly.
So I like it, and I like the fact that they're covering all these. They did "Good Girl Gone Bad."
Yeah, that was
I
like
think they
last
did.
year, I think.
Yeah, they take their time with these. They did "No No No." I
Hmm.
know they did that. That was a good one. They had Bruce Kulick on one of them,
Yeah.
who played guitar, who always has to kind of stop for a minute and try to remember how he played those because he doesn't play like that anymore. His style's so different.
They did Silver
But
Spoon.
yeah, and that's interesting because I find "Hot in the Shade" to be a bit of a weak record. It's overblown.
Yeah.
It's too many songs, but that's a pretty. If you're doing one, that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah. Well, and one thing about No No No, what they did, that actually reached 25 on the Billboard mainstream rock chart when it was released back in 2020.
Out of the blue.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and that's the one that had Bruce on it. And then they did Love's
Right.
a Deadly Weapon
Was such a good
and Heart
song.
of Chrome. Yeah. I mean, there's a handful of them they've done. But yeah, it's good. I'm glad he does. I enjoy it because they're staying true to him and then they don't sound like crap.
No, they're very good. And you mentioned Revenge, and I used to think when I bought that record, I used to think that was like the height of that version of Kiss.
Right.
I don't think that anymore.
No.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I used to defend it, but then I sit there and think, wait a minute, what do I ever listen to? I never listened to Revenge ever. I believe it or not, I listen to Crazy Nights
Oh
all the
yeah.
time,
Yeah.
all the time. I love that record. I listen to what was the one Asylum all the time, and I don't ever listen to Revenge. So that must tell something about me and what I think of that record. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's good, but I don't think it's the greatest.
That one came out. Hot in the Shade was 89. Of
Yeah.
course, it had some. It was okay. That was, let's put the X in sex. It was just a classic song for MTV.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. 1989. 89, 90, that area. That was a song absolutely for MTV.
Rise
Revenge,
to It was the big single.
right? Revenge out in 92, and then Carnival of Souls, the final sessions, but Psycho Circus in 98. I liked it, but there was just, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before. Some of the tracks on there. It may not have been that one. I don't know, but
Well, Psycho Circus is not their strongest one, but there's some good things on it.
oh sure, I loved
Uh,
Into the Void simply because Ace Frehley was on it.
right.
And he wrote it. So
Yeah, I think there's a song called Within that Gene
yes,
does. It's the second song on the record. I love that song.
yeah,
Like like when Gene's focused, like he was on Revenge. He is so good. Like
yeah.
I mean, if you name the best tracks off of Revenge, he would
When he's
have
focused and not driving.
right. He would have about 3 of those.
Yeah,
Maybe 4.
easily.
Yeah, but it's not my favorite of that group. I would probably rank it under Animalize even.
Sure.
If I was ranking Kiss records.
Great cover though. The artwork, the cover, it was fantastic.
Oh yeah. And I'm not knocking it. I'm
No.
not knocking it because it's what they needed. They needed a kick in the ass after Hot in the Shade being so overblown and not just full of filler. Have you ever played the game where you take a record like that, like Hysteria, and people are going to get mad at me, but Hysteria is overblown. There's too much, and you cut it down to 10 songs,
right?
And it's leaner and meaner. Have you ever played that game? I've done that with both Revenge and Hysteria.
Is this a game you play by yourself?
Yeah, just in my head.
Oh, I can't say that I have.
I think I actually have them on I made a playlist of those, and I cut out certain songs, and so
I think I cut them out, but that's what happens when I skip that song.
Right.
But
like, if you make
I
a
don't
playlist,
like this one. Skip.
Right, but if you just envision if they had packaged it differently and didn't just say yes to everything.
Right.
We wrote 15 songs or 20 songs. All right, make a double record. Heck with it. Doesn't matter if it's good.
No, it's going to sell. You know that.
Right. But yeah, I did it with Hysteria because it needed it. I did it with, I actually combined Crazy Nights with Revenge, I think, or something, and played around with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just a little of this and a little of that. So it's fun. You should do it.
Yeah, I will. I will do it tomorrow after I work on the Wi-Fi.
With your crow.
Yeah, with my Raven Crow. One thing I won't be doing, at least anytime soon, is reading a new memoir from former Guns N' Roses manager Alan Niven. His new memoir, Sound and Fury, Rock and Roll Stories, keeps getting blocked. It was originally scheduled for a July 5th release. The book's been delayed a couple of times and is available right now for pre-order with a supposed release date of March 2026. There was a lawsuit filed November 3rd, so 2 days ago, in the United States District Court for Arizona, where Niven claims that Guns N' Roses, GNR, has blocked publication of the book through repeated threats to Niven and contact with the publisher, who is ECW Press. I wonder if Paul Heyman runs that. Anyway, according to the lawsuit, which was supplied to our friends over at Blabbermouth by Niven's publicist, Guns N' Roses wrote a letter in May of 2025 invoking the confidentiality clause in its 1991 buyout agreement with Niven. Despite the fact the agreement was not signed by all of its members, GNR's members have commented publicly on Niven. One member, unnamed, encouraged him to write the book, and he has been speaking about his time in Guns N' Roses for over a decade. Niven's attorney basically says that in the complaint that the publication's been delayed for months, even though it received a favorable review from the Los Angeles Times and has received many pre-orders. Who knows what many is, but it's many.
So this book is not just about GNR.
No.
It's stories from. So he's got lots of stories to tell, and it's different bands, and it's not just about Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
So what are they afraid of?
Exactly. This is the guy who managed Guns N' Roses from 1985 through 91. So think about that time. That's literally the beginning.
That's the peak.
Yeah. And if you don't know who Niven is, he's been in the music industry since the early 70s when he worked with Virgin Records in England, and continued in the 1980s in California, where he signed Motley Crue, managed, produced, and co-wrote for Great White and broke out other popular bands like Berlin and Dokken. Sound and Fury Rock and Roll Stories consists of anecdotes about Niven's career, including distributing the first Sex Pistols singles, blah, 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 going to bat for a very young and scruffy Nikki Sixx. He's reinvented Great White, not once, but twice. And it's also got stories that include members of Guns N' Roses, while he represented the 5 of them in the original lineup. So it literally goes back to what you just said. What is there?
Yeah,
Tell me.
Because what don't we know about that period of time with Guns N' Roses? Other stories have been told in other books. We know lots of things. So what's the big deal?
Exactly.
Just because you're mad at him, are you mad at him for something?
Yeah. Well, not just that, but I mean, this is 34 years ago when Niven signed them.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations runs out at some point.
I don't know. I've learned that people hold on to grudges for a long time.
Yeah.
In my life, I've learned.
They do. So yeah, I'm very interested in this book. I can't wait for it to come out because now I want to read it. And to be honest with you, this could be a publicity stunt to increase the pre-orders.
Right. Build the anticipation.
Yeah.
Now we all want to read it. And if you notice, that's one of the high profile bands that he's represented, that's making the case. Now, if any other band, if this is a publicity stunt, if it's another band, it may not get the same punch.
Oh, sure.
But GNR, that's a big deal. And if they're making, throwing a fit about something, and even if it's a stunt, it's going to get noticed.
Yeah.
It may not get noticed as much if it was somebody else.
Yeah. This was a 1991 buyout agreement was entered into between Niven and his company and Guns N' Roses and various companies affiliated with the band. Broadly, the announcement laid out terms for the parting of the ways between Niven and Guns N' Roses. It contained mutual privacy confidentiality provisions, which is normal. That's not a surprise. And Guns N' Roses and Niven agreed that efforts would be made to maintain the confidentiality of information concerning each other learned during their mutual association, absent certain conditions best characterized as waivers or written permission. The agreement said nothing about things learned after the parties went their separate ways. And finally, the agreement, which I already mentioned, had not been signed by all the members, but the agreement provided that it must be signed by all parties to be effective. Great battle that they're going to have in court with this if it's not a publicity stunt. So,
but it doesn't mention who didn't sign it.
No, it also doesn't mention who said, "Oh, you should write a book."
Right, presumably the same person that didn't sign the agreement.
Exactly.
I would think so. That makes me curious. Like who's the holdout here? Steven Adler?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? And speaking of those bands that just can't seem to get along, there was a recent thing that's been going around that that David Lee Roth just once again keeps inserting his foot into his mouth. This time, he's basically talking smack about Wolfgang Van Halen.
Why?
Because it's David Lee Roth. I want to call him and say, what's your beef with him? This dude was 15 years old
when he joined Van
Halen.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
And this article, and you can get to it here in just a sec, but this article hints at a lot of dysfunction, in the band that was still going on after they reunited, on that last tour. And I guess I'm naive, but I was under the impression a lot of that was just water under the bridge kind of thing. We're all back together. We put out a certain certain kind of truth or whatever that record was, but I guess not, because Wolfgang says he's used to it.
Yeah.
He's used to the abuse.
Yeah. Apparently, Roth is basically saying that, and this was a clip that was posted back in January of 2024, saying that that Wolfie engaged in unpleasant behavior and making poor decisions during Van Halen's final tour. It says who? He was a kid. What is he?
Right.
He's going up in the stadium and throwing Skittles. I mean, was he doing bad stuff? Maybe, but his dad was there, so you can't get mad at him. But it's another thing with David Lee Roth ruining relationships and thinking that it's almost like an ego thing. Like, these people are doing great. Screw this kid, and this kid does this and this kid does that. But Wolfie's on like what, album number 2? He's married, got a kid. Yeah, okay. Album number 3, married, kid. Or yeah, he has a kid. He's not a kid.
This is a guy that Wolfgang, that when he records a record, plays every single instrument,
everything,
does every vocal, writes every song. He's uber talented, works his tail off touring. And as far as I know, it's not like, when is the last time he's even seen David Lee Roth?
I don't know.
Outside of 2015 is when I saw them on that last tour.
Right.
But it's a lot of this stuff seems to manifest itself after Eddie Van Halen's passing. And it's like, okay, now Daddy's gone. I can say whatever I want or do whatever I want. And in this article, he's referred to picking on Alex Van Halen. He picks on Wolfgang a bit. So he's just not happy with anyone.
No.
And this is the reason he's who he is. It's this band, right?
Yeah. I mean, he had some success as a solo artist, but
after that,
which was after that, but I don't know. It's almost like these people are having success and I don't like it. So I'm going to bash them. Kudos to Wolfgang though, for laying I don't care. I've always been a punching bag for him. Whatever.
And he points out, and he's hinted to this more than once, that the reason we don't have or haven't had an Eddie Van Halen tribute show is because somebody keeps holding it up and doesn't want to do it. And that's, as far as we know, David Lee Roth, that's what he's indicating.
Right.
He's also saying in this article that Roth has taken credit in the past for writing solos and riffs for Eddie. I don't know why you would even say that. He takes credit for writing Eruption or something like that. Really?
It's like, why?
Why aren't you playing it, Dave?
Exactly. Strum it. I want to hear you play it, Dave.
And for all, and I don't want to stroke too much of anything, but all you haters on Hagar's era of Van Halen, at least that guy is a happy guy.
Yeah.
And it tries to be friends with everybody.
And he's not bashing anyone.
No.
And he's still tours.
And he still tours. And when he does, he sounds amazing.
Exactly. So I don't know. Maybe we should get David Lee Roth on.
I would love to. We wouldn't have to talk.
No, not at all.
But it would be fun.
I don't know. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time.
Flavor Flav time.
It's time.
This week's Pour of the Week is pure rock royalty, brought to you by Petty's Pour Decisions. If you need the best mobile bar service in Southern Indiana, Petty's Pour Decisions has you covered. Rock and Roll Hall of Famers and absolute icons Bad Company have released Can't Get Enough, a tribute to Bad Company. And this album is stacked. We're talking legendary and modern artists from rock, country, and Americana who were all shaped by Bad Company. You'll hear Hardy, The Pretty Reckless, Joe Elliott and Phil Collin from Def Leppard, Leppard, Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, Hailstorm, Dirty Honey, Blackberry Smoke, and more, including Paul Rodgers and original drummer Simon Kirke. So, raise a glass, turn it up, and go check out Can't Get Enough, a tribute to Bad Company, your pour of the week from the Weekly Pour podcast with TbT and Ace. Craving a bar that rages as hard as your mosh pit? Petty's Pour Decisions rolls in with a mobile bar that slays weddings, parties, and epic events. Custom cocktails, killer service, no lame excuses. Why settle for weak vibes when you can crank it to 11? Head to Petty's Pour Decisions on Facebook and ignite your next gig. Pour Decisions never rocked this hard.
This album is amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. You're going to hate me when I make comment about one song in particular that I do not like. I can't stand it. I listened to it once and I don't like it.
Okay.
It's track number 2, Shooting Star with Hailstorm.
Okay. I thought that's where you would go. I like it. It sounds like Hailstorm doing a cover of Bad Company, but it's good.
I don't know. I guess
they're always good.
This is a 10-track album. We touched on it just a little bit last week. Hardy, like what we said, Slash with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators are doing Feel Like Making Love. Hardy is doing Ready for Love. Charlie Crockett does Bad Company. Seagull, which has Paul. Go ahead.
Why didn't they just have Five Finger Death Punch on there doing Bad Company?
Right.
Because they already have covered it, and it's so good.
Because it's been done.
True.
So why not get somebody else? Great album. Very much probably, I want to say it's probably one of the best tribute albums that I've seen in a long time. It's really good.
All Right Now, which is a free song, pre-Bad Company, Paul Rodgers Band.
Right.
The Pretty Reckless covers that and does an excellent job.
Yeah.
Excellent job. You were mentioning Seagull with Joe Elliott and Phil Collen of Def Leppard. That's the track with Paul Rodgers and Simon Kirke on it.
Right.
Which is really cool that they appear on this and do something. Blackstone Cherry, who I love, does Burning Sky, which is one of my favorite Bad Company tracks. The one I was a little disappointed in was track 7, Rock Steady with Dirty Honey.
Really? Okay.
I like Dirty Honey, but I thought something was missing.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe I need to listen to it again.
Yeah, and I'll do the same thing with track 2 with Shooting Star. It's just something about it that I was like, I don't like it, and I moved to the next one.
Maybe it's simple overexposure.
Like in my brain.
Hailstorm, not with Hailstorm per se, but Lizzie Hale is the go-to for duets of any kind.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem. I love Lizzie Hale and I love Hailstorm. I'm just trying to, because they do an excellent job, but maybe it's just overexposure.
I'll listen to it again. I'll give it 3 more tries.
Paul Rodgers is on that track with them.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And we've got a story about them anyway here in a second.
Yeah. Maybe it's Paul Rodgers I didn't like in that song. I don't know.
I doubt it. I doubt it. But if you haven't picked it up or listened to it, listen to the tribute to Bad Company. It's called what? Can't Get Enough. Can't Get Enough. Just came out 2 weeks ago or so? About 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's
very
an excellent,
good.
Excellent tribute album, and we've been lucky to get some good ones because the Triumph tribute album was excellent, better than I thought it would be, and this is better than I thought it would be. It's well done.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this was probably either last week or the week before. We were talking about Bad Company saying that yes, they were going to perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony that's taken place
last week.
Was it last week?
Just last week.
Well, unfortunately, Paul Rodgers has announced that he will skip Bad Company's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This doesn't say that he's going to not perform. It simply states he's going to skip the induction ceremony altogether.
He's not even coming.
Yeah. So Simon Kirke will still be there to do what he does. There's going to be a bunch of other people that are going to go in and actually pay tribute to Bad Company. But according to Paul Rodgers, and this is a quote from him, "My hope was to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony and to perform for the fans. But at this time, I have to prioritize my health. I have no problem singing. It's the stress of everything else. Thank you for understanding." Now, what is that? None of my business.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? It's not that
Right.
I can't sing. I have no problem singing. It's the stress of everything else.
Are we just talking about the travel,
Maybe
the rehearsal, getting to the venue,
the
all of the things that encompass? You're there all day. You were there all day.
Yeah.
Especially if you're performing.
Sound checks, all of that.
Right, and they feed you early, and then it's late at night when you get out of there, and you're who knows? I mean, hopefully Paul Rodgers could get out quickly if they needed to, but I hate it. I'm not going to blame him. I'm going to blame the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame once again for waiting too long.
Yep. I was really looking forward to it. I mean, which is why we talked about it last week.
Yes, because it would have been so cool to hear him sing something again.
Yeah. But, alas, unfortunately, he won't make it even to the ceremony, which sucks. But nonetheless, it'll still be a good ceremony. I mean, there's going to be other inductees in the performer category, include Soundgarden, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, the White Stripes. So probably one of the better shows here recently, which is good. But regardless, whatever other things are, hopefully Paul Rodgers can perform at some point.
You mentioned Chubby Checker. Did you see what I sent you on Instagram?
Yes.
Wasn't that the coolest thing? It was for those obviously I didn't send it to. It was a clip from Night Ranger and one of their shows, and Chubby Checker came up on stage and sang the twist with Night Ranger, and it was really, really good. He sounded, from what we could tell on that video, he sounded really good, and he did the twist and shuffled around and
was not on my bingo card.
I didn't expect it, and I don't know how old Chubby Checker is, but he was moving around pretty good and singing pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Check that out if you can find it. Just Google Night Ranger and Chubby Checker. I'm sure it's all over the place.
Right, it's good.
One of our final, or actually our final story for tonight, we mentioned it last week that there was going to be some sort of announcement from Peter Criss, and we anticipated it being an announcement that he would be putting out a new solo record. Well, we hit that nail on the head because Peter Criss will release a new solo album simply titled Peter Criss on December 19th. Peter Criss, the album was co-produced by Peter Criss alongside Barry Pointer, who we actually talked about last week, who's worked with Ozzy, John 5, Motley Crue, Steve Stevens, blah, 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 blah. This represents Peter Criss's return to form and his most rock-driven solo album ever. Again, something we touched on last week. The track listing, it's got 11 tracks. Billy Sheehan and Paul Schaefer, John 5 and Billy Sheehan. Billy Sheehan's on every single daggone track because, again, like we said last week, he does not stop. Paul Schaefer's on just about, nope, he's on every single one too. There are some great, I know we're running out of time, but there are some great track names on here.
Look at number 11.
I did. I cannot wait. That may become the new theme song for the Weekly Pour podcast.
I have to know what it means. What does he mean by hard rock knockers?
I have my own ideas.
I do too, but that's a great track.
Yeah.
At least a name for a track.
Track 11 is Hard Rock Knockers. Track 8 is Cheaper to Keep Her. Track 6, Creepy Crawlers.
What decision do you have to come to when you say it's just cheaper to keep her?
I don't know.
What events transpired to get to that point?
That's a very good question. I don't know. This is going to be Chris's first solo release since 2007, when he released One for All, which arrived 13 years after his previous solo album. So we're pretty much right on track for a new Peter Criss album.
Right. Now, it says a trailer for the album's first single, Creepy Crawlers, is available.
Yes.
It's not the song.
No.
It's a trailer.
It is.
So I haven't watched it, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
As I say, because that's what you do. You release a trailer to a song instead of a snippet of the song. Now it's just a trailer. But I don't know. Whatever.
Well, and we've made some jokes, but honestly, I am looking forward to this.
Oh, absolutely. It's either it'll be good. It'll be good. Hard Rock Knockers, you cannot have another song by that title and it not be a good album.
It's got to be great.
It has to be. Well, listen, that was our show for tonight. We appreciate everybody who listened, whether you were watching live or you're listening to us after we post it here in a couple minutes. We'll be back next week with episode 159. So yeah, stay safe. Enjoy the winter weather on Sunday if you're in the Midwest area. High of 40 and a low of 12.
Right.
I'm getting sick.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right. You guys have a great evening, and we will catch you next week.